Who is your captain for Game 1 between Atlanta and Houston?
Yeah, the way I always start these showdown slates is, can I trust any of the pitchers to go deep? Because if a pitcher is worth captaining, they pretty much have to be the guy. I mean, these pitchers score nearly twice as many points as the top hitters on a per game basis. Obviously, you could spike a home run, but I much prefer my odds with a pitcher. And tonight, I think that'll be Charlie Morton. I think he's a lot more reliable than Framber Valdez. Down the stretch, he was much better. Valdez gave up 4 runs in 3 of his last 5 regular season starts, and 2 of his 3 postseason starts have been poor. Morton does have 1 brief start out of his 3 in the playoffs, but that was on short rest. I think he should be able to go at least 5 or 6 innings here, which should be good enough. And again, you just got to look at the average points per game for him compared to, say, the most expensive hitter, Jose Altuve. He's scoring 98 points per game, 98% more points per game, not 98 more points per game. That would be quite a lot, but 98% more than Altuve while only costing 8% more. I think that math is just too compelling. You got to go with the pitcher if you can trust him to go deep at all, and I think you can.
All righty, that leaves you, Kenny.
Yeah, well, Erik's a smart guy. That's why he took Charlie Morton, and I do think that Charlie Morton's the better of the 2 pitchers here. If I have to take a shot on a hitter, though, and we'll get to values later, and I think that there's plenty of ways you could build your lineup. You could go with one of the cheaper guys, like an Eddie Rosario, who's going to be very chalky in your captain spot, and then, use that money to get some high-priced bats in there. I think that Austin Riley at 12.9K is an actually really intriguing option. When you look at his expected batting average against sinkers, it's .312. You look at Framber Valdez, of course, he's a sinker ball pitcher. He throws it over 51% of the time. He gives up a lot of hard hit balls. Now, Riley hasn't homered since Game 1 of the NLCS, but he's had 2 double-digit fantasy outings in his last 5 games. I think that there is a decent chance here that he can homer off of Valdez, given his numbers against sinkers and given the fact that he's been one of the clutchest players for the Atlanta Braves the entire postseason. And I don't expect him to be very highly owned here, just considering the fact that he is expensive and he hasn't done a lot lately. He hasn't homered since Game 1 of the NLCS.